Alien. Now, if you haven't seen this film, go watch this film. Even if you have seen this film, go watch this film again. I think it might be the greatest horror ever made. Truly. A classic, a masterpiece, but maybe avoid the director's cut. Let's be honest, I'm not sure on Ridley Scott and director's cut, but otherwise, let's just... I don't know, I thought of that bit like an hour ago. I don't know, if you see it, it made it through my editing, it made me laugh again. If you don't see it, then this doesn't matter and no one knows. But Alien, the plot of the film is very simple. A group of commercial space freighters, or miners, I don't remember, are heading to a distress signal.
Seems she has intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
A transmission?
Because it's their duty. They found a distress signal out in space and they got to help people. So we meet the courageous crew of the Nostromo. Captain Dallas, First Officer Kane, Warrant Officer Ripley, Lambert, Navigations, Ash, Science Officer, and our two engineers, Parker and Brett.
Kane, Lambert, Parker, Brett, Ash, and Captain Dallas.
They land on the planet. They land on the planet and an away party heads off to see if they can't find the source of the distress signal. And after some time, they come across a collection of eggs.
And it's full of leathery objects like eggs or something.
And even if you've not seen Alien, I think this next couple bits are well known to everyone just through pop culture. But we get our first look at the facehugger as it erupts onto Kane's face. I think that's the right person. This then starts the tragic turn of events that are the film. As they return to the ship, Ripley, officer in charge now, doesn't want to let them back on, as it would break quarantine protocol.
What kind of thing? I need a clear definition.
An organism. Open the hatch.
Wait a minute. If we let it in, the ship could be infected. You know the quarantine procedure.
But Science Officer Ash goes against her orders and allows them to enter the ship.
In the hatch open.
And everything seems to be going fine for a bit. They try and remove the facehugger, finding out it has acidic blood that melts through part of the ship.
Good God. That craft can eat through the hull.
But it eventually falls off, and everything seems to have gone back to normal. Until they start to eat dinner. And we see Kane start to writhe on the floor before the chestburster scene. And now there's an alien in the vents. At first they seem to be trying to capture it rather than just full on executing it. And Brett follows this goddamn cat, Jones, that honestly, the amount of effort they put into saving is, I don't know, I guess I'm just not a cat person, but my lord. But Brett follows the cat and is murdered in one of the landing gears by the alien. Still not fully grown. And they start to think this creature may be lurking somewhere in the... So the captain takes charge and sets about destroying the alien. Unfortunately, he's ambushed by its superior tactics.
Oh God, it's moving right towards you.
And Dallas is also dead.
Dallas?
No.
Take it easy. Dallas.
At this point, Ripley is in charge of the ship as the, well, last officer. And she makes it clear that this escape pod cannot, in fact, handle all 4 of them. It doesn't have the life support systems.
Here we take our chances and just hope that somebody
Lambert.
picks us up.
The shuttle won't take 4.
So unfortunately, they are going to have to follow Dallas's plan and try and lure out the creature. As Ripley starts to dig through some of the files, she finds out from Mother that Ash is in fact an android. And has been given orders by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation to capture the alien alive, and the crew are all expendable. Which is a problem, as you can imagine. So she and Ash have a fight. Ash attacks her, and it looks like it's all going to be over for Ripley. But Lambert comes to her rescue, and they finish Ash off. Leaving him decapitated. He explains his motives and taunts them about their low chances of survival. But they get the last laugh as Lambert just flamethrowers his fucking face off. Always a good tactic in horror movies. Flamethrowers, way to go. So, finding out that there's only 3 of them left, and it's all down to them, they decide it's self-destruct time. Ripley sends Parker and Lambert away on a supply mission to grab the necessary oxygen and life support systems they need, while herself hunts down the self-destruct system and Jones, the goddamn cat. And we get some very tense scenes as they slowly gather the supplies. Unfortunately for them, even in a pair, they aren't able to do anything against the xenomorph. And it devours them both. Its quick reactions and murderous intent just make it an unstoppable monster. And we also get to see the first shot of its alien tongue thing. I forget how some of the effects look in this film. Aliens really was, better. But it's not a horror film. And also, I guess some people would enjoy this one more. But Aliens is better. Ripley can hear their screams through the ship, and she tries to run to their aid, only to find them mutilated and dead corpses. She sees there's only one thing left to do. She activates the self-destruct system.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
And starts to head towards the escape shuttle. Unfortunately, the alien is blocking her path.
3 minutes.
But Jones does his job for once and slightly distracts the alien, giving Ripley enough time to get away, and with 15 seconds to go, she tries to disarm the self-destruct system. Fortunately, it's too late, and now she has no choice but to escape. running back through the ship, flamethrower in hand. She's looking over her back the whole time, but the creature is nowhere to be seen. She makes it aboard the shuttle with only a minute left.
You now have 1 minute to abandon ship.
And the ship explodes. And for a moment, it seems almost peaceful. Ripley's won. That goddamn alien bitch has been taken out by a humongous explosion of the Nostromo, which is a ginormous ship, so it must have a big old engine core. But it's not. As Ripley goes about her checks on the shuttle to make sure she is safe to go into hibernation once again, hiding in the vents, curled up in a ball, smart enough to know that it had to escape as well, she sees the alien. She slowly puts on her spacesuit and tries to gas the creature, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Stop. You.
And in a moment, the alien's coming back towards her. It looks like it's about to attack when Ripley smashes the airlock button and flings it out into space. It continues to hang on to the entrance, so Ripley does the only thing sensible and blasts it with a goddamn grappling hook, leaving it flying in space. But once again, this creature is more resilient than anything anybody's ever faced before, and it's still clinging onto the edge of the engines. Unfortunately for it, a full blast from the engines does knock it away, hopefully vaporizing its body, but at least sending it spiraling into the vacuum of space. And it's over. Ripley has finally beaten this creature. Well, for now. Obviously there is a bunch of sequels in which the aliens are easier to kill and somehow scarier. But Ripley gives us her final report where she says she hopes to reach the frontier in 6 weeks, where she'll be picked up.
I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks. With a little luck, the network will pick me up.
By a ship and brought back to Earth. Of course, we know it takes significantly longer for Ripley to make it back. And she finally rests, closing her eyes, entering stasis. And the film rolls credits. And it's a great movie. It's the best. Easily my favourite horror. And it teaches you some valuable lessons, like don't trust androids, don't save space cats, do follow protocols revolving around quarantine, and don't let Ridley Scott do director's cuts, because Jesus Christ, the amount of shots of just nobody speaking, kind of boring. But watch it. Even if you watched it, watch it again. It's Alien. It's the best.